Dear bankers, welcome to Bankers Weekly issue released today on 16th of October 2022. Here are the headlines from the field of banking and economics for this week. To read these news in detail, please subscribe to our weekly magazine, Bankers Weekly, at our website www.bankersweekly.com. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will dedicate 75 digital banking units, DBUs, to the nation on the 16th of October. 11 PSBs, 12 private sector banks and 1 SFB is participating in the endeavor. According to the International Monetary Fund's (IMF's) World Economic Outlook, India's economy would hit the $5.36 trillion mark in the year 2028, higher than Japan's at $5.17 trillion. That year, India would become the third largest economy in the world. In a letter to the Indian Banks Association, the All India Bank Employees Association has proposed that working hours per day may be increased by 30 minutes by advancing them by 30 minutes in the morning in order to facilitate a change to 5-day working week. Ben Bernanke, who led the US Central Bank during the 2008 financial crisis, is one of 3 recipients of this year's Nobel Prize in Economics. A surge in food inflation to 7% may force RBI to trigger steeper rate hikes in its December monetary policy statement. This broadcast of news in banking is brought to you by Bankers Weekly. Please continue listening to news after this small break. Please visit our website www.bankersweekly.com and subscribe to read the complete issue. Sharp differences in opinion were observed among the members of RBI's Monetary Policy Committee (MPC), according to the minutes of MPC committee released this week. The Unified Payments Interface, India's homegrown payment system, is making slowly inroads globally but may face competition from other payment systems. Foreign exchange reserves have increased for the first time in 2 months amid depreciation of the rupee below the psychological 80 mark in the last month. Inflation based on the wholesale price index dropped to an 18-month low of 10.7% in September on a broad-based decline in price pressure across food, fuel and manufactured product segments. This could provide some comfort to the government and the Reserve Bank of India amid uncertainty on consumer price inflation. Incremental bank credit offtake rose 4.8% in August, the highest growth reported in 13 years, and after a negative growth for 3 years. Bounce rates, or the share of failed auto debit transactions in value terms, declined to 21.47% in September from 21.74% in the previous month. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has hailed India's direct cash transfer and similar social welfare schemes that are backed by technology as a logistical marvel. The Reserve Bank of India, seeking to arrest the rupee slide, is asking local banks to not build additional positions in the non-deliverable forward market, a move that could lead to offshore volatility spilling into local markets. This broadcast of news in banking is brought to you by Bankers Weekly. Please continue listening to news after this small break. Please visit our website www.bankersweekly.com and subscribe to read the complete issue. In a major move that could increase the number of bidders for assets under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code (IBC) and recovery amounts, RBI has allowed asset reconstruction companies to act as resolution applicant under the IBC, though with certain conditions. India's retail inflation accelerated to a 5-month high of 7.41% in September, driven by soaring food costs. Punjab National Bank (PNB) has signed a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) with the Indian Army to provide specially designed products to the Agniveers under the bank's exclusive scheme PNB Agni Rakshak. Driven by a jump in demand for petroleum products, electronic goods, gems and jewelry, organic and inorganic chemicals, and drugs and pharmaceuticals, India's exports increased by 4.8% during September. RBI has restrained banks and other financial entities from appointing Brickwork Ratings India for obtaining fresh rating with immediate effect. State Bank of India has surpassed 6 trillion rupees in assets under management under home loans, becoming the first bank to achieve this milestone. Thanks for listening to our broadcast. Please subscribe to Bankers Weekly to read all this news in detail and also to read the articles, banking quiz, and this week's lesson on banking. Please don't forget to watch this week's banking show and video on building branchless banking. Wish you all a very good week ahead, till we meet next week with our new edition.